If you came to our global headquarters here in Minnesota, I think we're the only corporate campus I know of that has a full-time tattoo room here in our corporate headquarters. And over the course of the last 15 years, I'm going to guess that we've spent over $500,000 on tattoos because we've had over 3,000 people get them, and we either pay for them or reimburse for them. And so the average tattoo is at least $100 to $200. And so someone will send us a photo. They tell us a reason why they're getting this Running Man tattoo, and they can personalize it any way they want. And so we collect these stories, and it's always about some personal transformation they've made in their life, or they've helped someone they've empowered someone to live a better life. And so it always comes back to that, that purpose-driven benefit that we've given someone or given ourselves. And so it's far bigger than just treadmills, meet open 24 hours. I mean, this is really about changing lives. And make no mistake, you have to have financial profits in your business. That's why we work. And the 4 Ps are a formula that has to be linked together. But we make very clear in the book that if you take out profits, the other 3 cannot sustain themselves, right? Where if you take out, say, purpose, you can still have a sustainable company with like people, profits, and play. But I mean, again, you have to make money in a business. And by the way, when you're making money, that provides opportunities for your team. You can reinvest in them, and you can change more lives, which adds more purpose and play. So, financial, I mean, you have to perform, you have to make money, but make no mistake. I mean, you have to make money. You have to show profits to have a growing, successful business. And so, that is the lens we operate from, focused on knowing your numbers, knowing your strategy, and making sure that your business is improving and growing. In my early years, I didn't use purpose. I didn't really understand how it would move people, how it would amplify their performance. And then I learned it with Anytime Fitness, and I started to see the difference on how it really deeply stirs people from the inside and takes them to another level when it comes to, working a little bit harder, asking an extra question. I mean, going that extra mile on behalf of the consumer. And so, if you think just in basic terms of, IQ, using your head, and then what I like to call heart power and brain power, you combine those 2. And so I really want to make sure that our team has their heart into this initiative, not just their brain into this initiative. And when they put those 2 things together, I'm telling you, it really amplifies the performance of a team, of individuals. Facts are, right, millennials specifically would rather work for a company they believe in and earn less than work for a company they don't believe in and work more. And our industry, employs a considerable amount of millennials. So it's important to them that they have values and they can align with what the company stands for. And so, but I actually said, I think this is every generation now is kind of aligning to that. But if you do employ millennials, I mean, they care more about purpose than maybe previous generations. And so to me, it just comes down to performance. So there's I call it the economics of purpose. It's, people, I mean, they will get out and they would jump out of bed on a Monday morning ready to tackle that problem because they believe in the mission. They believe in what the company stands for. And it's combining your heart power with your brain power. One of my favorite movies is It's a Wonderful Life with George Bailey. And we talk, George Bailey, if you remember, gets a chance to see what would have happened if he had never been born, right? How would his town and the people around him been impacted? What if your company had never existed, right? Who would be impacted? Whether it be providing jobs to some of your employees or whether it's the value of your products and services and how they're making your consumers' lives better. And so start with, if our business didn't exist, who would be impacted? And then once you start to see, hey, look, we are doing something that provides value to people, now you've got to find a way to tell that story. And so, I think a CEO has to be in part a storyteller of how the brand impacts the world, right? What the service and product we provide, how it enriches people's lives. And so we just frequently do that. There is science behind play in the workplace and how it fosters collaboration and creativity and alleviates stress. And we use terms like, let's take the work seriously without taking ourselves seriously. And that makes us more approachable, which gives us better relationship with our franchisees. But, even in our meetings, right, we can be kind of playful, which allows us to be vulnerable and put up ideas on the wall that may or may not work or seem foolish, but that may lead to another idea. The simple fact is this: We spend over half our waking hours at work. We do this more than we sleep. We spend more time here than we do with our friends and family. And I just think we should have a little bit more fun. It doesn't mean we don't take the work seriously, but 7 out of 10 people drive to work like disenchanted with what they're doing. They're emotionally neutral, or they hate their work. That's according to Gallup, and that has not moved in like 20 years. I'm telling you, there's a science behind it that just elevates your team's performance. Be very transparent, be very vulnerable, and get your team, like, just simply go sit with them, ask them questions, and say, hey, I would love to improve the workplace culture here. I think we all would, right? We all want a better place to work. How can we do that? I mean, your team is eager to give great ideas and to give perspectives, and they want a great workplace environment too. They really do. And so this is not just all dependent on the leader, right? Just simply go to them and say, I don't have all the answers, but let's make a goal here in the next year to have a great workplace environment that's all about high performance, but can also be about more. We can have some fun along the way, and we can impact some people. How can we do that together? So I think if you really bring the team in and they all buy in and they can all weigh in, man, you suddenly got the whole team aligned to like making this a great place.
If you enjoy this podcast, please make sure to subscribe. And to stay updated on everything that the Action Catalyst is up to, make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Action Catalyst Podcast, and on Twitter at Catalyst_Action. And thanks for listening.